in our home, enjoying a really easygoing morning. The sunlight is sprinkling through the windows, and today is Thursday. Welcome, everybody. My name is Heath Reed with Living Meta. I want to thank ABNP for partnering with Nicole and I this week on their Meditate and Move series. So if you haven't been watching, I highly recommend, if you want simple, easy, and fun exercises that allow you to shift your beingness, your presence, with quick, effective techniques through the breath, through our movement, through our focus. Please go to ABNP Facebook page. You can see all the videos there, and they're going to continue to have all kinds of experts from the healing fields presenting as time goes on, as we continue this very odd, unusual place to live in human history. So I was noticing yesterday, and actually looking at the arc of the last couple weeks, and of course, emotions, as I've been mentioning lately, have been up and expanding, and I feel a little larger, a little more unpredictable with myself, with others, in the community. And when I really tune into what happens when I get stressed, and by the way, that's a softball term for scared. When I get scared, fight or flight, faint or freeze, my personal signature of fear or stress is to go faster. Do you notice this? Have you noticed even when we're kind of self quarantined and told to stay in our home, stop moving, the mind wants to do the opposite, wants to move even faster. I felt myself scrambling to reorganize things, reschedule classes and workshops and retreats. I found myself scrambling, is the word that was coming up yesterday. I was scrambling like a scrambled egg, trying to organize fiscal arrangements. How are we going to pay the bills? Scrambling in my communication, sometimes not finishing a thought with Nicole or a collaborator, or assuming that what I was thinking was obviously intuited and understood. And so, in the face of this time urgency, I feel like a lot of us and culture around us, when we get scared, we speed up. There's this urgency and even a feeling of racing against the clock. And we know who wins that race every single time. So I wanted to just take a couple minutes to slow things down. So if you'd like to join me, let's slow our breath. This is we take over 20,000 breaths a day. And see if you can expand your inhale a little slower, longer, more luxurious. Savor that inspiration, and then our exhale. Can your out breath be as long or longer than your in breath? And notice, as we create more space in our breath, we actually create more, of course, oxygenation. We create more opportunity for our body to release its toxins. 70% of our metabolic waste is released through our out breath, which Nicole and I talk a lot about in the Meditate and Move ABNP series. See if you can create a little space between your in breath and your out breath. So instead of trying to control time, right? We can't win this idea of racing against the clock. Instead of trying to create more time, what if we create more space? Creating more space in our in-breath and out-breath, between our in-breath and out-breath. And with time, we can also use the metaphor, the very literal metaphor of our body, to remind our nervous system and our thoughts to create more space. Can you, as you breathe deeper and slower and expand into space, can you also create more space between your thoughts? Slow things down. Consider slowing things down. Maybe brush your teeth at a different tempo, right? Maybe especially the routine habits we take, making coffee for me, tea for Nicole, not just in the drinking, but in the preparation, cleaning dishes. Can we, especially the things that we tend to rush through or rush over, imagine maybe you can create a little more opportunity and spaciousness by adding a pause, being comfortable in that pause. Because right now, this shelter in place, which I'd like to reframe as a shelter in peace, is asking us to push the pause button. There's an opportunity to push the pause button. For a lot of us who were kind of treading water or really moving super quickly before this all started, we were like in fifth gear or sixth gear and wishing for a pause. Now we have the pause. And I want to invite everybody today to enjoy the pause, maybe even schedule in some pauses throughout your day. Maybe put it in your calendar or on a post-it note, or just to take 3 deep breaths, or feel a feeling and ride the feeling all the way in and out. So as we explore the Meditate and Move series, today on the 4th day of the week, we're looking through the lens of COVID as calmness, openness, vigilance. Today was intelligence, tomorrow's dedication. And intelligence also speaks to our imagination, our intuition. And my invitation for you today is to expand into your imagination of what you could create. And be comfortable. Practice allowing slowness to infuse your experience. Get friendly with just lingering like a bumblebee rolling in the pollen of the most beautiful flower. So join me today, join this community of like-minded people, of healers, of service providers, people who are continually oriented toward touching, and we don't have that opportunity to touch outside. So beginning to get in touch. Slow down enough to notice how you feel, notice your rhythms, and see how much space you can expand into. And with that, I'll say goodbye. And Jake, do you want to say goodbye? Huh? Yeah. Oh, no, he wants to look for the ducks. He wants to look. He's on vigilance now. From my heart to your hearts, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Go check out the ABMP Facebook page to check out all our videos and connect with us also on Living Meta.